This is number 5 from the non-calculator section of the Chapter 1 quiz review. It says, solve each system, write your solution as an ordered pair. Letter A, we have 3y is equal to 2x plus 1, and we have 4y is equal to 3x plus 12. All right, as I look at this one, nothing would eliminate the way it is. Now it does have all of those terms lined up, right, and the equal sign, which we could do elimination anytime you have that. However, there's nothing that really would eliminate at the moment. If you're somebody who's a little bit more comfortable with substitution, you could just take it and divide each side by 3. You would have y is equal to the 2/3 x plus 1/3. And on the other one, you could say divide by 4, and you've got y is equal to 3/4 x plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. And now, since 3/4 x plus 3 and 2/3 x plus 1/3 both equal y, we know these two things are equal to each other. Let's just take it and set it equal. We have 2/3 x plus 1/3 equals 3/4 x plus 3. And we can solve that. Now, if you want to deal with the fractions, you can, but we could also look at it as we have 3's, 4's, and a 1 in our denominator, so our least common denominator would be 12. But we're not changing it. We're going to get rid of the fraction by multiplying both sides times 12. When we do that, we'll end up with 8x plus 4 equals 9x plus 36. Subtract the 8x from each side. Subtract 36 from each side, and we will end up with a negative 32 is equal to x. All right, and that means we still need to find our y value. Now we could take this and plug that negative 32 back into whatever part we want. I'll plug it into the first one. I have 3y is equal to negative 32 times 2 plus 1. I flip-flop those from the problem up here just so you understand what's going on. That's negative 64 plus 1 is negative 63. And we have 3y here, so that means that our y value ends up being negative 21. We're looking at the answer negative 32, comma, negative 21. To check if it's right, let's just plug it into this equation. 4 times negative 21 should equal 3 times negative 32 plus 12. Well, 4 times negative 21 is going to be negative 84. 3 times negative 32 is negative 96, plus 12 gives us negative 84 as well. And we can move on knowing that we have it correct. So the answer here, the point negative 32, negative 21. Letter B. We have 1/3 times the quantity of x plus y equals 5, and 1/7 times the quantity of x minus y is equal to 2. All right, with this one, if we want to, we can go ahead and get rid of the fractions right off the bat, right? If we think about it here, we've got a product on the left side. Let me use a highlighter, right? We have this side here as a product, okay? And when I want to multiply this whole fraction by is 3. Sorry, this whole equation by 3, okay? Now, what I saw some people make mistakes on earlier in homework was when there was a quantity, they wanted to distribute this 3 times 1/3 and then through times the x and the y. You don't need to do that, because if you think about it, if I was doing 2 times 3 times 4, I'm not going to multiply 2 times 3 and times 4. I'm going to multiply 2 times 3 is 6, and then multiply that 6 times the 4 to get 24 there if I had a problem that looked like that. This is just 3 times 1/3 times the quantity of x plus y. So 3 times 1/3 gives us 1, and 1 times x plus y is just x plus y. And we also have to multiply the right side, so don't forget that. 3 times 5 is 15. For the bottom equation, we have 1/7 times the quantity of x minus y times 2. So for that one, to get rid of the fraction, let's just multiply it times 7. 7 times 1/7 is 1, and then 1 times the quantity of x minus y is still going to be quantity of x minus y. Make sure you do the right side. That's going to equal 14. Now this one's set up nicely for elimination. Right? We see that the y's will eliminate when we add it together. So we put our equal bar in, x plus x is 2x, y's eliminate, and then 15 plus 14 is going to be 29. We take it and divide each side by 2, and it looks like x is going to equal 14 and a half. That's okay, it's a number. Remember, numbers aren't always super clean in honors algebra 2. You've got to get used to seeing fractions and decimals. Let's take that value now and let's plug it back in. Now, since I cleared out everything here, let's just take the easier route and use one of these two equations to plug it back into. There is a little risk in that, but I'm pretty confident that I did the part above correctly. So if I take my 14.5 and I plug it in for x in that red equation, I have 14.5 plus y is equal to 15. We subtract the 14 and a half and we get y is equal to 0.5. We'll check it with the other equation there, right? So I have 14.5 minus that new y value, 0.5, and that should equal 14, and we see that it does. 14 equals 14. So the answer we have 14.5, comma, 0.5. That is our answer. If you have questions about either of those, please make sure you're reaching out.